Hey guys, today I thought I'd do a paper review, like my pyjamas, sorry, and I thought I'd run you through a couple of pads that I've bought recently that I wanted to try, and then I'm going to show you some of my storage for it. So this is only going to be a quick video. But I also want to do a second video which is going to have my art journal pages on, books in, so be sure to check back for that. Right, so I bought these yesterday actually, oh glare, and they are just from Wilko's. They're A4, one is a watercolour pad and one is a canvas pad, and I thought these would be really good to try out. When I show you my storage of how I store all my card and sort of, it's kind of like my go-to stash, and it just makes it really easy when you want to craft. But I think trying out different ones, these were only £2 each, and I think that's another thing, is to try out different brands from different companies, you know, all that sort of thing, until you find one that really works for you. Things that, you know, you might try one that's cost you a fair bit of money and it turns out it's not actually what you want out of the paper. So yeah, so these are two that I'm going to try, and I'll let you know what I think of them, you know, when I actually get to use them. The other thing, if I bring in this guy, this is one of them. Oh, which way? And this is a it's got a handle on the front. It's just a clear bin obviously, but it's a Interdesign Linus bin, something like that. It's basically they're made for your fridge, and I got this idea from Jennifer Maguire, and I think it's genius. I thought the idea was great, so I had to kind of borrow it. I've kind of borrowed it for everything, but so in this little compartment here, this is just box standard white cardstock. And I've cut all of these pieces down to 5.5 by 4. I think the key is to find a size card that you know that you love to make. So something that just works. Maybe it's a square card, maybe it's like an oblong card, a rectangle, oblong. You know, the really long skinny ones. Maybe that works for you. This size works for me, and it's kind of in between an American A2 size card and a UK South African A6. That's what I'm trying to think. Right, so that's in this first compartment here at the back. This one has some tags in it, some that I got, like, you know, with a magazine or something, some that I've cut from a die that I've got. This is a Tim Holtz, can't think what it's called, tags and templates, something like that. Oh, I don't know what it's called. That's it. It's basically a tag, and this one has some coloured, I'll put this down, some coloured pieces that are the same size as this, so 5.5 by 4 inches. Some A6 envelopes, because that's the other thing, I made an adjustment to the card size so that I wouldn't have to try and faff about trying to find envelopes that would fit an American A2 size card. Although you might get them on Amazon or something, but I don't know, it's just, you know, they're cheap enough to get here. And then these are coloured note cards, so these are actually actual cards, again cut to this size. What is that? Cut to the 5.5 by 4 inches. 4 inches. I know what I meant. So basically this is these pieces that are my base pieces are the same size as the front of the cards, but these are just the little coloured, oh, just go in there, they're the little you know, colourful coloured cards. Oh, I can't talk today. And then in the front, this is the best bit. Actually, is this upside down? I'm not sure. This might be upside down. Let me go this way. I got a bit confused. Find the right angle so you can see it. In here, I have some Tim Holtz watercolour cardstock, which I've never used before, so that'd be quite cool to use. So that I've just left in the package it came in. Then I've got some acrylic paper, so again I've cut that down so that it's 5.5 by 4 inches. I will get that right one day. And again, it's like a different texture on it. So it, oh, I don't know if you're going to pick it up, but it's almost like a linen-y. Linen-y, is that even a word? Oh, it won't focus. Focus. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but it's kind of got like a linen feel to it. The linen-y, yeah, good one. So what I'm going to do, oh, and I've just separated out with the, so I know what kind of paper it is, and then also some other details. Yeah, I know this came from W.H. Smith, so, you know, I'm not going to forget that, but if I did, I would write on here where I got it from. And then that will act as a divider. Now with these ones, I'm going to do the same thing that I've done with that other pad, and I'm going to cut them down because they're A4. I can do the same thing again, get 4 pieces out of one sheet, and I'll cut them down so that they, and then put them in that same container in the front with a little, I'll probably use this part of the label on here and make a divider out of this section, so that I'll know where it's come from and what type of card it is. So one more thing on this, I also have this guy, and this is again one of those Linus Interdesign Linus bins, and this is I think it's a 4-inch wide bin. Again, it's got the little handles, so it's really, really good. It's the same length as the one I've just shown you, but in here I just have some pre-made cards. You know when you sometimes get a pack of cards and you've got, you know, it comes with cards and envelopes that match and all that. That's what these are. But because these are like this, hold on one second, they've got this sort of slightly fancier thing going on. I thought they'd be kind of cool as to do something with. When I work it out, I'll share with you, obviously. And then there are these longer cards, like the DLs, and the envelopes are with them as well. These longer cards, I really don't know what to do with them, but that's my challenge, to work out what to do with these, to figure out what I can do. I prefer square or like the A2 sort of size, because they're not completely square, but they're also not super long like this. I mean, even these ones, these are little, but I don't know, they're too narrow then. Oh, I don't know. My head can't work with that. In the long run, what I'm going to do is eventually I'll get another container like this, same brand, but it's longer, and that way I can sort of store, if I wanted a top folding card, how can I show that? If I wanted a top folding card, so if I wanted to take a piece of A4, oh, this is going to go in here, and slice it this way down the length, and then fold it in the middle here, so to speak, to have to store that is going to be a little trickier. So, again, Jennifer McGuire suggested this, and this is what she does in her craft room. She has a longer version of this, and then they all just stack up in there. And that, again, is such an easy thing to be able, you know, when you suddenly want to craft, or you suddenly go, oh, I need a card, I need to make something, which is usually me. It's there, it's ready, it's easy to do then. So, that, my friends, look at that. Ta-da! Yes, pyjamas, still coming in there. So that's the, you know, my card stock. I'll try not to get the shadows in there, the reflections at least. That's my cardstock storage. It's not, you know, all the cardstock that I have, but it's the sort of the go-to cardstock. So the panels that you need to, you know, that you want to watercolor on, or make a base for a card, or, you know, the front for a card, or whatever it is. And remember, you can always cut a piece of cardstock down, but you can't obviously add card to it. So that's why I make them the same size as the front of the base card that I would use, and that way I can always cut it down if I want to. Anyway, I will be back with my art journal pages. It's going to be kind of like a walkthrough, so be sure to check that out, and I will see you guys soon.